Staying night in that cabin. Deer sign all over this area, so I'm just following this game trail through the trees. You can see it there. Just going to follow it down this hill. Keep very quiet. I'm just in my first deer in these woods. It was just a fleeting glimpse. I was over there and it was roughly in this area. Absolutely silent it was. And it scarpered and I didn't hear it whatsoever. I've seen its flank. And it was really sort of red. Big deer. I was just watching a squirrel. And yeah, I just seen it behind the squirrel. Going in sort of that direction. But it was very silent. And it's not here now. But I've not heard it sort of run off. So that was my first sighting. Just gonna head down that way, downhill. There you go. See all the deer tracks. A lot of deer sign here. Down here as well, it looks like that was a bit of a bed. Sizable bed as well, right in the centre of the screen. I was just I was stalking them deer, all that deer. And there was a dog walker, started shouting his dog. So I veered off. Still see the tracks. So there's deer in the area. I'm back anyway, I'm back at the witch's cabin, and this time I've got my shit together. I'm gonna do a night in the woods. Let's go and check out this cabin anyway. There she is. Yeah, see, it's so uneven, that ground, I'm not gonna be able to camp right on there. Yeah, it's such a slog to get here. It's very steep in areas, really thick. As soon as you come into the forest, it's so dense with mossy branches, just thick. You have to fight your way through. There's a good slog to get here. I'm gonna go and have a look in the cabin. I'm gonna stash my bag somewhere around here, lighten the load. Trinket's still there, thank God. Right, so made it. Witch's cabin. I'm going to call it the witch's cabin for dramatic effect, because it is creepy. It's just down there. I found a little flat spot just on the other side of these trees that I'm going to tidy up, make a camp. I've got the fishing rod, fishing net. So I'll plan this evening to go down to the reservoir to see what I can catch. I've got some tea, got some wild foraged hedgehogs and a big rump steak. So I'm going to have that over the fire. But for now, what I'm going to do, stash the bag, just have a little bit of a scout around up here, because there's some oak trees further up the hill. There's some oak trees further up the hill, so I'm going to have a little forage, see what I can see. Go for a fish this evening. It's a bit of a walk down to the reservoir, but I know where camp is now. So I'm going to stash my bag, lighten the load, and yeah, just have a bit of a wander about, see what I can find. And then later on, as it gets into evening, that's when I'll set up camp properly. Got the tent. I've not got my stove, so I'm going to have to build sort of a fireplace. There's plenty of flat rocks around here, so bit of work to do, but yeah, good to be here. We're going to stay the night. I'm going to be brave. That's a good example of the yellow stag's horn. Cool fungus, that. The yellow stag's horn. I'm just having a walkabout. As I said, I've got my foraging bag, but if I'm honest, I'm not too fussed about getting any mushrooms because I've got so many hedgehogs. It really was a big haul that I got the other day, if you saw the video. So I've got all them. What I wouldn't mind finding though is a birch tree, and then I can use the bark on that birch tree to start a fire tonight. I've got my flint firelighter. Sorry, I've got my ferrocerium rod. So getting a bit of birch dust from the bark would help me greatly. Let's stroke a look. So I'm walking around this timber forest. What do we find? A rotten birch log. Some birch bark on it, so this is going to be really good to start a fire. I'll show you, if no one's seen how to do that with birch bark, I'll show you. All you need is a way to make shavings and a ferrocerium rod, so we'll get some more of this. That's a rotten birch stump. Just having a bit of a chill out. I went for a wander up the hill, didn't see many mushrooms, but as I said, I'm not too fussed about that. This is my camping spot. It's just basically flat ground, quite mossy, so it's spongy, especially there. Well hidden, but it's not too dense. I've got a wall there, so I think I'm gonna have my fire up against that wall. Just clear out the branches above it, and that way the heat from the fire will radiate back to me. Yeah, it's an alright little location. So I wanted to keep it on the down low. That's why I've chose this spot. It's off the beaten track. It's more open than where I've been. A lot of it is very dense, as you can see. That didn't work well. As you can see, it's, you know, I can see the sky, so it's a lot more open. There's an open field there. The house is down there, but there are clear camping spots. But because I'm on my own, I wanted to keep low profile, keep it low key. And I've got a nice little wall back there, nice little fire spot. Prepare that. Nice camping spot. House is down there. If I want to scare myself, I might go for a midnight walk. Oh, and also, I saw that one deer earlier. There are tracks going through here. Not as many as I saw before. But I've been thinking it's that time of the year again. October. So I might be in a perfect location to hear those stags calling each other. So fingers crossed for that. Not much work to do. I'll save setting up the tent for later. I might just prepare the fire area. Then I'll go down to the cabin, and then I'm going fishing. So I'll leave everything stashed. Travel light. I'll see if we can catch fish down at the res. What a stunning station. Gonna be eerie as fuck tonight though. Okay, fire pit done. Up against the wall. I've just dug out all the debris, so I'm down, right down to the dirt. I'm just gonna have the fire right in the centre there, on that flat rock. That should be perfect. And then next to the fire pit, I've literally just taken the bottom few branches off this tree. There's all that. Where I'm putting my tent, over there. Got all this. So this is all pine. I'm just going to get a couple of bits of oak. Plenty of oak trees around here, so a couple of bits of oak to get some good coals to cook this steak on. A nice steak. Ooh, yeah. So I managed to get a fair bit of oak. It's very wet, but where it's really wet, I was able to take the bark off. So what I'll do, while the pine's burning, I'll get that laid out around the pine just to dry it out. It'll catch better, but that'll burn a lot lower and slower, and it's really good for cooking over because it gives long-lasting coals rather than pine igniting because of the resin, burning bright, but then burning itself out and leaving just ash. That'll give nice coals. That cooking the steaky on. Fancy pants. So that's everything prepped, apart from the tent. And once I've been fishing, I'll come back, get tea on, and I can set the tent up later. I'll just sit out and enjoy a nice fire when the sun goes down. So what time are we on? It's 2:15, so I'm going to head down to the reservoir, get some fishing done. I'm just on my way down to the reservoir now, but I thought I'd stop because I've spotted a mushroom, or a million. I've not really done a video on. So this is, I think this will be a glistening ink cap, given the name because the tiny little speckles on its cap, so it looks like it's glistening, but looks like the majority of this is washed off. So I'll show you exactly why they are called ink caps. The way they sort of spread the spores as they get older, it's called deliquescent. Is it? Deliquesce? It's a weird word. Basically, they turn to a black liquid, and that's how they sort of spread the spores. But there is tons. They're sort of fresher ones. These are starting to deliquesce. I hope I've got that name right. I'm gonna look at it. Now these are actually edible, but you cannot drink alcohol 2 days either side of eating them. You'll have the worst hangover ever. It's got a toxin in it that seems to get activated with alcohol. Right, so this is what I've brought down at the reservoir now. Just some diving plugs, and then this sort of segmented soft lure. I'm going to start off small, I think. I'm not sure if you heard that, but a fish came up a little bit further out. Sounded decent size. So. Nope. There she is, Old Faithful, a Coleman. I think it's a 3-man. Just Still going strong. I've had this about 10 years. Here we are then. Everything is pretty much done. Wood's prepped, fireplace is ready, tents up, sleeping bags out, sleeping mats out, and I am getting absolutely smashed by midges. Does that tent look straight to you? What's your bet I end up in this corner? I've actually placed my tent. There's some tracks actually, so I hope. Hope I don't get trampled on. It's nice now, but I reckon it's totally different when it goes dark. God help me if I hear something running towards me. I was, after I went to the cabin before, as I was walking back up the hill to here, a squirrel ran up a tree, but it was very close to me and my heart was pounding. It was a squirrel. Oh, God help me. That fire is burning lovely, toasty. So, sun's going down. Just waiting for that first roar from a stag. That deer that I saw before as well. That was a big deer. Couldn't say if it was a stag or not, but it was really, really orange. Stood out like a sore thumb for a brief second, and then silently disappeared as they usually do. So they're definitely in here. So I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed. I'll be sat here and all of a sudden I'll hear, that's fucking bright. Oh. Just cooking that steak nice and slowly. Just render the fat down. And once I feel it's still a little bit pink inside, put that on the flames. There we go. Not long. Just slightly overdone for me, but it's very tasty. It goes well with that chilli. Nice, really soft, because I'll let that fat render down, melt in the mouth. That's really good. Full belly, that worked out a treat. Oh, I'm full. No better feeling, full, sat next to a fire. It's glorious. Ooh, I tell you what though, won't mind a beer. Or a couple of heavy hitters. That'd be good right now. But got nothing left to do other than sit here, watch the fire, drink little Pepsi Max. Just gonna sit here, contemplate life, and enjoy my Pepsi. Cheers. Right, that's me done in. Got a full belly. Nice and toasty as well next to that fire. But yeah, fire's gone out, so I thought get in the sack, get an early night, and get up nice and early. So hopefully I'm gonna have a lovely sleep, and I will see you in the morning. Alright, we made it. Interesting sleep. I think I woke up quite a few times, 2-hour intervals, hearing rustling, stuff like that outside the tent. Nothing major. And there was an animal like walking around here. Just heard its little footsteps. But yeah, I didn't hear any stags. Not that I know of anyway. But yeah, really peaceful. It's a lovely morning. Don't know if you can hear the birds, but it's really, really nice. Right, there we go. No trace of having a fire. The power of editing, eh? We're all packed away. Leave this place. It's all nice and tidy. So, big walk back to the car with my rucksack now, so I'll probably get really hot and sweaty. Right, I'm back at the car, long walk up from the forest, so I'm feeling a bit sweaty. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. That was my first wild camp, solo wild camp. I'd say not much went to plan. Didn't see any stag, well, maybe saw a stag. Didn't hear them, thought I'd hear them last night. And I didn't catch a fish. But, saying that, what an experience. Had a nice steak last night, some mushrooms. I was comfortable, and waking up in a forest on your own is something else. Really, really cool. Can't hear anything other than the birds in the trees, it's just silent. I tried filming that, I hope I captured it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you on the next one.